Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Heather. So it's Thursday, so it's Slay a Tray Thursday, and that's a collaboration that's hosted every other Thursday, and so it's by Beverly at Custom Created Handmade Crafts, Kathy from KnDCreationz, and Elisabeth from crystalclearcreationss, along with lots of other collaborators that will join in the collaboration. If you're interested in joining in this collaboration, contact one of the three ladies that I just mentioned. Their emails are in the description of their channels, usually in their description of their videos as well. If you have any questions and you can't reach one of them, please feel free to drop it in the comments and I will reach out to them and make that connection for you. Or I can answer any questions that I might have an answer to. If not, I can find you the answer. So what I wanted to do today was a tray. And I'm using a bunch of like spring colors, but I'm not necessarily doing like a spring theme. I have a sticker that I want to put on afterwards that has these colors in it. So what I've done is I've gone ahead and I mixed 6 ounces of Hey Clear resin. It's an epoxy resin, a 1-to-1 epoxy resin. It's already mixed and ready to go. Then I have in each cup, I have some lemon yellow mica powder, and it's by the brand KnDCreationz. I think that's how you say that. Then I have pink, and it's just called pink, also by KnDCreationz. Then we have lilac, also KnDCreationz. And we have phthalo green, also KnDCreationz. And with that, I have, in each one of those, I have some of this glitter, this fine glitter. It looks like these, you know, that go in resin, but they won't fall in resin. They come like this. I already have some in each cup to match the colors, so coordinating with the colors just to give it a little sparkle. I didn't want it to have too much in-your-face glitter, but I wanted it to have a little, you know, shine and bling. So what we're going to do is go ahead and mix it a little bit into each of these cups, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of just, you know, pour it in the tray any way we want, kind of a marble. You know, that's what we're going to do, basically. So let's just go ahead and pour some in each cup. And the most I need is the other three. The purple can be the least of the colors because there's not a lot of purple in the sticker, but there is some, so I do want to add some purple. But what's most important to me is these 3 colors. They are the main colors in that sticker. Okay. Then I can just pour this. I'll probably end up being about an even amount in all of them, but that's whatever. That's fine. Whatever works. As long as I have enough to complete the project, that's what matters to me. And hopefully I don't have to mix up any more. I shouldn't, because I think I remember that I measured this. It's been a very long time since I've used this mold. I'm talking about some years, but I did measure using alcohol. So hopefully I did measure that correctly. And I hope you can see me and that I'm not out of frame. Sorry guys, I'm still learning, trying to stay in frame. And if you are new here or new to resin and you haven't seen how to mix up resin, or you don't know how to mix up resin, please drop that in the comments below. I will be glad to show you how to mix it. I did do it in one of my videos. I did mix the resin in the video, but if not, I can go ahead and do it in another video. I can show you how to do it. I can explain it to you step by step. So let's go ahead and we're just going to mix each of these. And it looks like there's not a lot, but you know, my calculations should be correct. Let's hope, right? Like I said, I really don't need that much purple, so we'll see. Maybe I'll just, I don't know. I'm gonna obviously need it measured it out, so it is what it is. Okay. So it just looks like, you know, like a mica powder with the shine of a mica powder, and then it's got like a twinkle from the glitter. You don't really see the glitter in this. I just wanted it to have like a little bit of shine. Yes, I can see that little bit of shine more so in the light. It looks like more of an iridescent shine when it's in the light. This phthalo green is so pretty. Phthalo green is one of my favorite colors. I used to use this a lot and when I did acrylic painting. before I did resin. That's what I did. Acrylic pours. That's how it all started. Okay. I think a lot of people started like that, actually. Let me know in the comments how you started. If you do resin. If you don't do resin, then why don't you put your favorite color that I'm using today in the comments below, or an emoji of any sort. I appreciate all the interaction, especially being a fairly new channel. Well, a very new channel. Any engagement is good engagement, and I appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here and watching this video today with me. That's why I try to have the resin already mixed up and things as much as I can ready to go, so I'm not taking up too much of your time. I know everybody has busy days. If there is anybody that wants to see longer videos from me, just let me know that in the comments. I don't mind doing that. The one I did the other day, the food coloring and the mix to mold, that was my longest video yet. That was like about over an hour, I believe. If you haven't checked that video out, please check that out. It's the last video I did. They came out amazing. If you don't know, food coloring in eco resin works great. The colors come out so vibrant and they stay nice and vibrant, you know, when they dry. Even though, you know, you're mixing it with a white product, you know, the mix to mold is what I used. But whatever eco resin, you know, or eco medium that you use, might have a different result, but I'm pretty sure that they should all be close to similar. And if anybody wants to know the brand I used or anything like that, let me know, and I can get you a link for the food coloring that I used. And it was cheap, so to be able to use food coloring as a colorant, and I paid less than $6 for 14 different colors that are so vibrant and bright. I don't think you can get a better deal than that. And I've seen that they have both neon and metallics in food coloring too. So that's something I'm going to have to look into and try too. Metallics and food coloring is like, you know, of course, now that I think about it, like, of course, on cupcakes and cakes and fancy stuff, they would use some metallics, but I just never thought about it. And I certainly never thought about using it in my eco pours. It's too bad it doesn't work with the resin because, you know, of course, that's water-based, so we don't want to do that. But okay, that's mixed, but see, yeah, it's mixed. It just looks a little different than it did in the jar. Maybe it's me. I don't know. Looks more like a mustardy yellow now, or like a honey mustard yellow. To me, it looks a little lighter when I was in the jar or in the plastic container. Okay. So let's just go ahead, take these out for now. And there's no, like, you know, rhymery. I'm not going to stack them and pour them that way or anything like that. I'm just going to go with it and just pour. And I know that whatever hits the mold first is the color that you'll see. So I'm going to try to make sure I get, you know, some of all of it and mixed in as good as I can. You know, good, you know, good amount of each color all over the place is what I'm trying to say. A good mix. I really don't have any, like, you know, plan or design to do this. I'm just kind of following my heart with this. Oh, those colors are beautiful. That phthalo green is just, whew. And that purple. Oh, and this pink. Gorgeous colors. What do you guys think about these colors? Let me know in the comments. I think they're beautiful, and they're perfect for spring, right? But yellow is just, I just wish that yellow was just a little lighter. That's okay though. I'm not going to complain with all these other beautiful, really beautiful colors that I have going on in here. Let's see. Beautiful. Okay, now we're just going to get all this out of all of these and pour it in. Let me get my scraper. These ones are not going to It's not going to do well for me right now. This is what I'm looking for. You know, our rubber spatula scrapers. I get every bit out of all these cups. And the resin is so expensive, we don't want to waste resin. At least I don't. Not at the cost that resin is. I try not to waste anything. You know, I was brought up with, my mother always told me, you know, waste not, want not. So that's always something that's stuck in my head. Beautiful colors, absolutely beautiful colors. I do love all these colors. And this is not a color combination you would normally think about putting together. At least I wouldn't. If the sticker didn't have all these colors in it, I would have never thought about, you know, this combination. Maybe the pink, purple, and the phthalo green, but I wouldn't have thought of ever putting yellow with these colors. That's just me. But I don't know, you guys tell me, is this a pattern or a color set that you would have thought of using together? It's very spring, it's very Easter-like, if you ask me. It's almost like I'm on this Easter kick, but I really didn't try to do Easter with this one. Believe it or not, this is more of like a, gonna be like an under the sea type sticker. I know it doesn't seem like it right now, but when we put the sticker on, you'll see exactly what I meant and why I use these colors in particular. I know it shouldn't even matter right now because the top is the bottom, bottom is the top. You know, unless you really like one or the other, you don't have to, you know, do that. You can keep it in here and, you know, do the top coat that way or whatever you want to do. You know, maybe that's what I'll do. It depends on how it comes out, right? You never know. But then it doesn't really matter about what's the top is the bottom and the bottom is the top. If you do it that way, like what it's the bottom of the mold, it really wouldn't matter. So trying to do a little pattern at the bottom didn't really matter. Actually, it doesn't really matter up here either because it's kind of just all going together, but I like it. It's kind of doing its own thing right now, which is what we want, right? That's what we want resin to do. It's supposed to do its own thing. It doesn't do what we want. It does what it wants. That's why it's like, you know, resin is really a handmade, one-of-a-kind craft. You can make something similar, but to get two of exactly the same with resin, that's kind of almost impossible because resin moves. So you can't control the resin. You can try, but you can't control the resin. That's like trying to say you can control water in a glass. You know, you can't do that. So, okay, that's that, guys. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna let this cure, and it could use a little bit more in it, but it doesn't necessarily need to be filled up to the top either. So I'm okay with this. But I'm probably gonna hit it with just a little bit of a heat gun. Let me try to do that right now while you guys are on here. Actually, I don't want you guys to have to listen to the noise, so I'll go ahead and hit it with the heat gun, and I'll bring you guys back once it's cured. Hey guys, welcome back. So our tray is cured. I think it looks beautiful. I like the way that marbled together like that. And then I have this sticker, this turtle sticker right here with the bubbles. The only problem is I just noticed now that it's not a translucent or it's not a UV DTF. It actually has the white backing. So I cut around it as close as I could. The only thing I don't like is I cut a little bubble over here. But what I'm thinking of doing is adding some clear stones maybe and some other little rocks over here into the resin. So I also have some resin over here mixed up, which is starting to get thick, so I need to get a move on. You know, I had to cut this. So let's go ahead and put this on. And of course, right, it was just coming off the whole time. There we go. Yeah, I can't believe I didn't notice that, but it's okay. I still really like this sticker. Okay, let's get this in centered as we can. Make sure I don't have any bubbles the best I can. Push them out as I go. Still looks like there's a clear one on the top. I wonder, like, if there's still a clear one on the top that needs to come off. So now I have like a little wrinkle in it. I don't know. Let's see. Let me get the wrinkle out at least. Still a little bit of a wrinkle in there. Man, I'm not happy with this sticker. I really can't tell if there's like another one on the top that's gonna be peeled. I don't think so. No. It's just like sitting on the top like that. Wait. Hold up. It does. I hope it's supposed to come up and I'm not peeling something off that's not supposed to be coming off. I'm already like about to tear it in a certain spot there. Good though, get rid of that wrinkle because the wrinkle was on this. Okay, that makes up for a little bit of the not being transparent part. It's a little off center, just a little bit, but that's okay. I think I'm being a little bit too critical of myself right now. I don't know, tell me what you guys think. Glad I figured that out. That like top part was just driving me crazy, like shouldn't be there. Sorry, I'm trying to get my finger back in my glove. There we go. Like I said, I have some resin here mixed up. It's a Hey Clear resin, 1:1, and I have just a tad bit of crushed crystal in here. So I'm gonna pour it, then I'll probably hit it with the heat gun a little bit, and then I'm probably gonna add some stones in here. Or some like crystal type things around the edges. Like a little bling, I guess you would say. I hope that ends up being enough. Should be. I also noticed tonight that I think my desk is uneven. When I was letting this cure, I had to put like popsicle stick under one side. I couldn't tell if it was actually me or if it was like really off. So I have to have my husband check it with the level tomorrow. I'm a night owl, but he's an early bird, so he's already sleeping or getting ready for sleep. So, okay. Okay, got it all the way to the edges. Yep, perfect. So that was a perfect amount for that. Yep, it's all the way over everywhere. Perfect. Okay, let me just move this out the way. Okay. And I was just thinking, like, what can I do around the edges? And, like, I have a box full of different things. And I like these because they look like little bubbles. So I was thinking of just putting some of these around the edges. But then I found some of these. They're like, you know, crystal-like sized rocks. Like glass-looking rocks. So I figured I would put some of those in. And I have a few of the even bigger ones. Right? Especially since this is a geode. And I still can put some of these little beady things in here. They kind of look like bubbles. I have to like move that over. Because I don't want it like all over the coaster. All over the tray. See, the thing is you're not going to really see these because they're clear like that, I don't think. I don't know. I think you will actually when they're stacked up because they'll be higher, but I don't know. I do have like glue and stuff too, but I don't know how the blue would look in there with that. It's like too blue, too dark of a blue compared to all the other ones in here. I hope I'm not like making a mistake here. You can't really even see these. I'm hoping that like after they dry, you'll see them more. Does that make any sense? And now I'm gonna add some of those other beads that I was just putting in. And I kind of just want to like cover the edges of the bottom of the sticker. Especially like over here where the bubble is broken, like that I tore, trying to cut around the edges of that. So I just like to kind of like build it up a little around that, so it's not as noticeable. And then, like I said, it is a geode mold, so you know, the geodes usually have some crystals and stuff in them, right? Wish I had some pink ones right now. I think I have some pink ones, but they're like those and they're brighter. And I don't know exactly where I have them at the moment. And I don't like necessarily need to go all the way around the tray. I mean, I can. I don't know. Should I just keep it down here at the bottom? Should I continue it around? I wish you guys could answer me right now. I know some of you must be going, no, stop, don't go any further. And some of you are saying, yes, keep going. I kind of like that. Actually, I kind of like it a lot. Now that it's coming together and it's like building up around it. Kind of liking that. That look. It's like different than trays I would normally do. So it's a little like outside of the norm for me. Like I don't think I've ever put like crystals like this, especially big ones, inside of my any tray that I made. They're like the ones that look like, you know, ice cubes that you put at like a party on the table, like scatter on the table. That's what these are, like oddly shaped. I think I will keep going around the edges. I kind of like that look. Like I said, especially for like it being a geode, I kind of like it. Like, I think it's different. I'm getting be a sticky mess over here, but that's okay. It'll be worth it in the end. I'm sure I'm gonna have resin all over my other gems too. So I'm kind of just pulling them right out of the thing. Sorry guys, when I'm concentrating I tend not to talk. I gotta get used to like remembering to talk when I'm filming, even if I'm concentrating. Still a work in progress. Has any of you guys ever done anything similar to this with like crystals in your trays? Like, have you ever done a geode mold with crystals? It's like I'm kind of like making my own crystal edge tray, basically, just without a silicone mold. It's kind of what's going on here. So I have these in like orange and black. But I don't have pink. Like, I gotta get some other colors. They do have them in pink, blue. They have them in all these colors. Yellow. It would have been nice to have some of those other colors to add into this. But I know they do, if anybody's wondering, they do like their table scatter or table diamonds or whatever. If you just like look on Amazon for like diamond table scatter, it would pop right up. Or like ice cubes, fake ice cubes. They pop up like that too. Now I'm just gonna like touch up on any places I missed on the edges or whatever. Then I have this other one I think I'm just gonna sprinkle around. I like how they covered up that bubble situation down there. Definitely can't see that now. Looks good. Like I said, I'm just filling in around the edges. Any place that I missed or I think that needs like, you know, a few more to fill it in. That's what I'm doing here. Pushing these other ones back. So I just really want them around the edge, kind of like framing it out almost. So I don't want them to go too far into the mold. Of course, resin moves, so I'll just have to keep an eye on that. And then I have these other little ones that are like, you know, like iridescent little balls. They look almost like bubbles. I know I have these other ones that look like bubbles, and you think I can find them? Nope. Of course I can't. And they look exactly like little bubbles. I can't find them. don't even know if you can see these, but they might add a little bit of something. They just look like little bubbles, little rocks. Like, they're not rocks, but they're like little tiny beads, see? They look like little bubbles. I think they're glass, actually, these ones. But I could be wrong. I don't think that's enough of those. It's like I have these pretty iridescent ones. I wonder if like there's a place I could like put a couple of these, like like that on the edge or something. That maybe. No, I don't know if I really like them. I mean, they could stay, right? They kind of look like bubbles. You can't, they lose the iridescent once they go right into this, so I wouldn't add any more of that, because then I can't even tell they're iridescent anymore. They just kind of blend in with what I already got going on there. So, look at all that. Let me clean this up. Like, I have white iridescent glitter, but I don't have the fine. I only have the chunky. Otherwise, I would add a little bit of, like, iridescent glitter around the edges to it, too. But I like it. I don't know what you guys think. You guys think I'm, like, slaying this tray, or... No. No way. Should I have left it alone the way it was? With just the sticker. You can't even really see the resin anymore, though. That's one thing. But I guess it wouldn't even matter what color I did the resin now. I mean, you can still see it around the edges. You can still see the colors through the bubbles, so it still looks pretty. I actually really like it. It is something very different than what I've ever made before, so even though they're just like clear stones, and it would have been better if they were colored, I still think they look pretty. They add a little something different, you know, especially when we're trying to slay these trays today. So I think that that is good. I'm gonna go ahead and let this cure, and when this cures, I will bring you back, we'll demold it, and we'll get the final look. Thanks, guys. Hey guys, we're back. So it's totally cured now, and we can take it out of the mold. As you can see, after we left last time, or I put you guys on pause, I actually found a couple more things in my stash, so I added to it. I found some of these little turtles and starfish, so I added them into the resin before the resin got too hard. I added a few pearls and a few of these like bubble looking like type beads. I think that like added to it. And I added just like a little bit of sparkle glitter around the edges. And I think it looks awesome. I'm really happy with it. But let's take it out the mold, see what it looks like. Out of the mold. Ooh, awesome. I am happy with that. I should add a little bit more of that onto there. Oh no, it took the shape of the geode. Hello, it's not round. I have to, like, you know, think about that for a second. I'm not used to doing geodes. But I love it. I really do. I really love it. It's something different than I would normally make. I think the colors on it are beautiful. I think that this framed out the sticker, so you can't even tell that it's not a translucent sticker, or, you know, that it's not a UV DTF, that it still has a white background. You cannot tell now at all. The colors look beautiful together. You can still see the colors of the resin underneath through the clear, and I really like that. Purple, pink, phthalo green, yellow, you know. Let's see what the back of it is. Just, oh, that side was pretty too. Just wanted to check that out and see what that side would look like. Beautiful. But I love this one. You really can't even see, you know, all the resin. I could have did any color at this point, but I didn't know it was going to go like that as it went. So, you know, sometimes that's how creations go. As you're going, you change your mind, or you find something that you like better. So that's the end of my video for today, guys. And again, this was part of the collaboration for Slay a Tray Thursday. So let me know, do you think I slayed, or nah, no way? Please do all the YouTube-y things and leave a comment, share the video. If you haven't subscribed already, I'd love to have you join the Night Owl family. Please hit that subscribe bell, it's free, and the notification button so you can be notified the next time I upload a video. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.